If you are one of the many people that have a CDL and is looking for local work, local CDL work with no experience, this video is for you. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Actually, I'm not going to talk much about it. I'm going to give you guys a resource. I'm going to give you guys a post that I came across that has a lot of good information in it and has resources in it as well for you to check out. Again, this is for people that have their CDL and looking to get a local CDL job where they can be home every night, but they don't have any experience. So I've told you guys before, and let me get off the point in just 1 second. Let me say to you real quick, I am messed up right now, so please bear with me, okay? I wanted to do a video for you guys today for my audience, but I just ain't feeling it. You can probably tell that I'm extremely stopped up, right? The other night I walked home. I parked my truck about a quarter mile from my house, and the other night I walked home, probably less than a quarter mile, and the wind was blowing, and it was a little bit chilly. And by the time I got home, man, my face was running, my eyes was watery, my nose had snot running out of my nose. Everything was crazy by the time I got in the house. And then I sat down on the couch, I showered up, and then after I got out of a shower, I sat on the couch for a little bit, and then I realized like 20 minutes later that my eyes were still watering, my nose was still running, and my face was still stopped up. So I literally felt the cold set in on me when I was walking home that night, and that was 2 days ago. And I've been stopped up since then, man. I've been stopped up, and sometimes it get a little bit hard to breathe. I've been having shortness of breath as well. I ain't never really had a cold affect me like that before, but I'm not concerned or anything. My wife gets coronavirus tested regularly at the job that she's at, so I guess you could say that's kind of my way of getting tested as well. So I'm not worried about that. But I am feeling under the weather, and that's why I just didn't have it in me to put together a real nice, informative video for you guys. But again, I want you to check the link down in the description of this video, because I ran across a post on Facebook, and the person posted, he was looking to connect with other people that had their CDL and gotten put on to a local CDL job right out of CDL school, right after getting their CDL, I should say, with no experience. And like 100 people responded to his post, all of them with information chiming in on that subject. He asked them for what companies did they go through in that process, or did they hear about, or did they get put on within that process? And he also asked them what job sites did they use to put themselves out there in their search for local CDL work. And so I know on my post, there's a lot of you guys that will comment, man, I just got my CDL and I can't find work. Here's one jewel I'm going to drop on you real quick, and then I'm going to let you guys go. But before you go, make sure you check the link down in the description. I wouldn't have made this video, I wouldn't have took the time to do it if I didn't think the resource that I got you down there is beneficial for you. But here's what I want to say to the individual that does have their CDL that's like, man, I can't find any work. Here's one thing I got to let you know. You may want to get rid of that idea. You may want to just work on totally dispelling that idea out of your mind, because bottom line, it's not true. Okay, there's a lot of you guys out there that I've heard say, man, I got my CDL and I can't find work now, and I'm sorry, I got my CDL. I'm thinking about going back and doing something else. I'll be the first one to tell you that trucking is a very personal thing. Okay, so what may be for one person is not for another person. What is one man's trash is another man's treasure. Here's what I can say, coming from somebody that does not necessarily love trucking. I do it, but I'll be honest with you, I don't necessarily love trucking. I will say getting my CDL was one of the best financial investments that I've ever made in my life, bottom line. And I would tell anybody that. And again, that's coming from somebody that don't love trucking. There's so much opportunity to make money with the CDL. And the post that I share with you, down in the description, you'll see examples of how people are making great money with their Class A CDL right out of school, right after getting their CDL, right? But you have to be willing to look for it. The last thing you need to do is to take the attitude that you can't find what you're looking for. It can't be found. You can't do it. That's the last thing, because if you want to do something, thinking that you can't do it or thinking that it can't be done, is not beneficial. If you want to do something, then you just got one choice to make up your mind, I'm going to do it. And it may take a little bit longer than I thought it would, or maybe a little bit harder than I thought it would, but this is what I want, and I'm willing to do what it takes to make it happen. That's the bottom line, man. We all got a different walk. We all got different issues we got to deal with in this trucking game and in life, and we all have different ordeals that we're going to go through. Everybody had their cross to bear. But the one common denominator that everybody has in common is, in order to get what you want, you got to be willing to do what it takes. And that is whatever it may be. And again, because life is personal, for you to get to where another man is, you may have to work 10 times harder to get to where he is. It may happen for you easier than it happened for him, but it may happen for you harder than it happened for him. And you need to be prepared to go through that when you decide in your mind that it's something that you want, be it, your dream house, or be it your dream job, or be it a CDL, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You just got to decide in your mind what you want, and then make it up in your mind. There's no, it's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. This is what I'm going to do. Okay. And so, when it comes to finding work with the CDL, again, everything is personal. And, I'm in an area where there's plenty of CDL work available. You may not be, but you have to find a way. You have to find a way, right? There are people making money in trucking. There are anybody tells you that you can't come right out of CDL school and get a trucking job with no CDL experience I won't say they're lying to you, but they're only speaking to you from their experience. And if a person is thinking this can't be done, and then they don't know anybody that has done it, which goes hand in hand. That's the reason why you think something can't be done, because you don't know nobody that has done it, which is the reason why it's so important for you to build your network if you choose to get in trucking. You want to surround yourself, and I said this before, this is the best, dumbest advice that I can give you. You need to surround yourself with people that are already doing what it is that you want to do. And that way you won't find yourself wanting to unconsciously use the excuse that it can't be done. Okay. Instead, you're surrounded by people that are doing it. So for you, when you put yourself around it, then the possibility of it happening for you becomes more obvious. It just becomes more obvious. And how we think has so much to do, not necessarily with what's happening to us, but how we're responding to what's happening to us. When we think something can't be done, a way for it to be done can be set right in our face, and we won't see it because we're not on that wavelength of thinking. We're on the wavelength of thinking that says it can't be done. And so we're not looking for ways for it to happen. And that's why I say, if you got your CDL and you came this far, then don't throw it away now, right? Don't give up now. If you was gonna give up, you should have gave up before you spent your 5 G's going to school. If you was gonna give up, you should have gave up before you gave up 2 months or a month of your life to go to CDL trucking school, right? You should have done it then. You've already come far enough, right? You've already done at least half of the work just by getting your CDL. At this point now, you just got to have the right mindset. And if you don't have the right mindset, the best thing you can do is start working on building your network, getting around people that are doing what it is that you want to do. And then just soak in what they got through osmosis. And just like that, you'll find yourself in a short period of time being the average of the people that you hang around the most. And that's why it's so important that even right now, I don't care what stage of your trucking endeavors you're in, whether you're a vet, whether you just got in, or whether you're looking to get in, don't matter. If you ain't got in a truck yet, if you ain't never went to CDL school yet, you need to be building your network right now. You need to be planting the seeds right now that are going to yield you a fruitful harvest and a successful trucking career in the future. So that is pretty much it. That's all I got to say. I don't even know where I got all of this energy from. When I start saying stuff that I believe is helping people, that gives me energy. But here's what I want you to do. Make sure you go down below and look in the description and click the link that's down there. It's going to lead you to a Facebook post. And on the Facebook post, just read through the comments.